Rock and roll built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Say you don't know me, I recognize my face. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of place. Knee deep in the hoopla, sinking in your fight. Too many runaways, eating up the night. mcconaughey plays the mama. Listen to the radio, don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city on rock.
What's going on, America? Welcome back to the All-American Savage Show podcast. I am your host, John Burke, with my beautiful bearded heterosexual Jewish life partner, Josh, over there operating these controls like a NASA spacesuit astronaut.
All those things.
All those things. None of it's accurate.
No, none of it's
He's not
accurate.
even straight. He's like, he's pretty gay. He's pretty gay. Oh my God. Hey, it's Monday morning. Thanks for tuning in today and listening to the All American Savage Show podcast. Hope you had a great weekend. Dude, Well, for starters, we had FitCon this week out in the Fort Worth area. If you made it out to the booth, big thank you for supporting us out there. This is hosted by Robin, Dana, and Bailey from Flagner Fail. And we were a gold sponsor this year. And essentially, it was a really good time. It's a gathering of fitness-minded people. And then we were out there doing our thing. And dude, fuck me running. It was hot. I wasn't even there all day because I flew back in that morning. And you guys were out there all day. And it was like, how hot did it get?
It was like 105. I'm telling you, dude, I
This
drank
isn't
like
even August.
I drank like 35 bottles of water.
This isn't even August
and
yet.
I went to the bathroom like once.
Jesus. It's nuts. It is nuts.
It was so hot.
Yeah.
It's
Next year, though, they were talking about they're going to move it indoors. It's like, yeah. And, you know, I can't blame them because it's normally not that bad in Texas in June. It's not. I mean, it gets kind of 90s. It's tolerable. But this one was just like, dude, that sun was beating the shit out of us.
Oh yeah.
It was rough. So I'd seen 2 or 3 people go down for heat casualties. It was intense. So, but to everybody that showed up, big thank you for that. Thank you for supporting Shell Shock CBD. You know, as you know, this episode is brought to you by Shell Shock CBD. It is a veteran-owned company operated right here in America. And right now, we still have the Blueberry Halo promo going on, to where you can purchase a Blueberry Halo pack of 20 for $29.99. Normally they go for $39.99, but these are marked down. These are the Blueberry Delta 8 Halo Gummies. These are essentially going to get you high. They make you feel good. They're an appetite increase. They help with pain management. They can also help you sleep. Me personally, they don't. I don't get tired on these. I get tired on the rack out. These just make me high and chuckles, and like I feel good. I feel good when I take these.
It gets me so relaxed. Yeah.
Really?
Between those and the Delta 8 and the Delta 9s, by the time 10:30 rolls around, I'm drifting off.
Yeah.
And that's been a real issue with me prior to, starting to take those. So it's been a game changer for me.
Well, we've got that. And if you're a subscriber on the Shell Shock CBD page, where you do a monthly or bi-monthly every 3 months, and you get your bundle sent to you, or whatever your product is sent to you at a 10% discount, we're running the pet bundle this month. It's 1 bottle of pet drops, 1 bag of CBD chews, and then a cool little bandana with the Shell Shock logo on it. This is valued at $63.97 and is on sale for subscribers for $44.99. That's only subscribers get access to that. So big thank you to the subscribers on Shell Shock CBD. Look, it makes sense. If you want to buy the halos, you want to buy the rack outs, you want to buy the CBD oil, it's all there. And you get it at 10% discount if you become a subscriber. All that means is you don't have to essentially reorder your stuff. You can set it for us to send you a new product every month, every 3 months, every 6 or 2 a year. It's
Set
you
it and
save money.
forget it.
Set it and forget it. So if you love the halos, if you love the rack outs, don't forget. And this is the way to prevent that from happening. We send it directly to you. We own this company. We appreciate all your love and support. You guys are incredible. We're seeing a drop in sales. I'm not even gonna lie about this, because inflation it's getting bad. It is getting so fucking bad. Like, people, the first thing to go are the things that are non-necessities. Because right now, I mean, fuck, dude. I'm looking at these articles right now. Joe Biden's job approval plummets to record low of 38%.
That seems high.
That does seem high.
It seems
like we said is what 38% of people are like saying this guy. Oh, it's like Robert De Niro going up there talking about like, hey, he's doing a good job. It's like, De Niro, are you smoking crack, bro?
Yeah, that's a 100-year-old man would think that.
Yeah.
So anybody without a brain.
These are the rich elites that don't care. They are wealthy. They are billion and millionaires. They don't give a shit what happens in America because they're set for life. Therefore, they can weigh in on these issues that are impacting everyday Americans that are living paycheck. What is it, like 74% of Americans it's probably higher than that, that are living paycheck to paycheck?
Yeah.
It's like, how dare you come in there and sit there and say he's doing a good job? You know, now they're talking about like these congresswomen came out and said, you know, I bought a Tesla. Everybody can just drive Teslas. It's like, I own a Tesla, but that's a $50,000 fucking car.
Yeah.
That note cost me around like $400 to $500 a month. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. That's a lot. So it's kind of like, and then also take into account that people are paying. Dude, all my friends are posting on social media their gas prices now, and the average is $100.
It's crazy.
$100 to fill up your tank.
Is it worth it? Was it worth it, everybody?
Yeah.
Was it worth all these fake ballots? Mm-hmm. I mean, even those cocksuckers who stuffed those ballots, right? Mm-hmm. They have to be thinking, was it worth $10 a ballot? Was it worth it?
No, that's a rough one. It's like,
I know.
Good job, but we did it, Joe. We did it.
Oh,
we did it.
Everybody's equal now.
That's the sound of your gas just being drained. Now I'm calling it right now. Watch for people to start siphoning gas out of other cars. Crime, as the prices go up, crime is going to skyrocket and gas-related incidents. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
It's like, it's really.
You're gonna like the way your car runs out of gas. Yeah, I guarantee it. You're not gonna like the way it runs out of gas. I guarantee it. That's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you. But hey, good job, liberals. You got no more mean tweets. But this other douchebag, like, oh my God, I saw Austin Peters. I need to get Austin back on the show. I love Austin.
Keep saying, you know, it's not. How does the president, you know, deal with the gas price? How is it his fault? And it's like when you take away energy independence and you shut down a pipeline, and
then consumer confidence, investor confidence.
When you have, you know, all these resources up in Alaska, here in Texas, off the Gulf, you know,
dude,
when you take that away, and when we were selling oil to other countries,
everybody kept trying to say this is an OPEC issue. It's like it's not an OPEC issue.
Trump
OPEC
said that before he came into office. He said you have to talk to OPEC, get them under control, wrangle them in, and as soon as he got in the office. By God,
look at that. Because people with this one dude, he's an oil field worker. He posted a viral clip on Instagram. He talks about that, how right now Biden is shutting so much stuff down that he's like, barrels are going to go to $200 a barrel. He's like, and it's unaffordable. He's like, it's going to hit like $10 a gallon.
It's crazy.
Dude, you know what happens at that point? Like the car industry is going to go under and they're going to start needing bailouts and shit like that. It's like, this is insanity. Like we cannot sustain this. We cannot as a country sustain this. So what does that mean for freaking employers and stuff like that? It's just nuts. There are so many secondary, tertiary effects to this that I think people are actually starting to wake up and recognize the signs of what's happening when you have a shitty economy.
Yeah.
But liberals are living in complete denial. Complete denial. Oh, this isn't Biden's fault. Really? Because as soon as he took it, you look at every graph, the first 3 months he took office, it kind of went normal and then it just dropped.
Yeah.
Just dropped. And all the people are trying to do right now is blame this on Trump. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? There's this douchebag, his name Andy Ostroy on Twitter, and he said, serious question for Republicans and independents. I like that he's like linking independents now. Like, that's a stupid move, bro. And on his profile, he's like a proud Democrat. I don't know how you could say proud Democrat or liberal at this point. Like, you're the enemy of America. Like, I don't even want to share a country with you people.
I know.
But he said, serious question for Republicans and independents. What would you rather have? $2.50 a gallon of gas or a democracy? These things are not mutually inclusive. What are you talking about? And by the way, we're a constitutional republic, you dumb fuck. What are you talking about? And democracy? You mean like a fake fucking election? Is that democracy?
But the face, or you want to kick in the balls? Which one do you want?
How about like we don't have like, you know, insane gas prices and, you know, we still have like fair and balanced elections where we have like voter IDs and shit like that. This guy is such a douchebag. So I responded my normal. And Sergeant Savage on Twitter, by the way. I said, I'd rather give myself a vasectomy with a rusty spoon before I'd want this version of democracy from a party of pedophiles and mental disorders. Like, how can anybody support like the DNC at this point? Like, hey, by the way, great news.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nancy Pelosi's husband. Oh, those charges got dropped for the DUI. What?
You're kidding me.
Whoa. So again, once again, the elite. I want to say so much stuff. By the way, they pulled down a YouTube video, the last one I posted about the FBI stuff. They said it violated terms of services. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally starting to make the moves. You can watch the streams live on allamericansavageshow.com. Now, we're in the works of basically pulling off of social media independence. Or dependency, excuse me. We're building our own platform in a sense of saying, hey, here in the near future, you'll be able to sign up for SMS notifications of when the podcast is live. I've had people on Twitch, I've had people on YouTube and Facebook say, I never get your notifications. No, you don't, because they throttle us. They don't want these messages getting out here. So what we're going to do is say, fuck social media. You can sign up for SMS notifications, and right before the episode goes live or when we post the episode, you can receive SMS notifications because you cannot rely upon these social media companies anymore. Even iTunes throttles podcasts. They won't send you out notifications. So what you'll be able to do on the allamericansavageshow.com, you can watch. We're streaming live right now on the website as well. Are we back on Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, we're back live on Twitch?
Yeah.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, fuck me running. I didn't know about that. Well, that's cool. Well, we're back on Twitch. I don't know how long that's going to last because they ban us for talking about trans and LGBT issues, so I guess we can't do that. But, okay, so we're back on Twitch. Cool. But anyway, allamericansavageshow.com. We are streaming live right now, and you'll be able to sign up for that. We're going to have great stuff on that website for you. And essentially, we're just saying, fuck social media, man. Fuck social media. Here is the link, allamericansavageshow.com. That's the actual stream, too, so... Our web designer, Naveed, he's done a kick-ass job on this. So yeah, he's awesome for him.
He's great.
He's fucking killing it, man. But appreciate all the love and support, guys. And yeah, let's keep going with it. So right now in the news, this is so good. I'll let you take this one. John, I'm not a sports guy. I am not a sports guy. It's not that I don't like sports. I'm just not interested. Like, unless it's, I don't know. If it's the Super Bowl, I might watch. I just don't care. I'm not condemning sports.
Dwarf tossing.
Do what?
Dwarf tossing.
Now, dwarf tossing, I would watch. Dwarf tossing, I would watch. Totally. But this article hits the news, and this is up Josh's alley. This is Commanders Jack Del Rio deletes his social media after being fined $100,000 for his political opinion. I'm going to pull up Twitch. Take the lead on that one, Josh, and talk about this because start from the beginning on this one from what you, because I had to silence Josh. Like, stop talking, save it for the podcast. Otherwise, you're going to blow this load right before the fucking podcast starts. So start from the beginning. What had happened? Because I'm not tracking this. Tell me the story of what happened here.
So, well, I think it all kind of like is together. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you have Biden's rate, likability rate, what is it, 38%? Mm-hmm. So they say. I honestly think it's lower, just like inflation. I think it's lower. We have all these, the gas prices high, inflation's high, things are terrible, you know, country's at war. Mm. And then you have Jack Del Rio comes out and he talks about this January 6th, because the January 6th thing is really the only thing that the Democrats have to go on right now, right?
Yes.
So 100%. They're pulling people in, they're arresting people. Mm-hmm. And then Jack Del Rio gives his opinion on it, calls it a dust up, and then talks about, you know, BLM and Antifa, how they go out and basically burn cities down.
Where was the hearings for this?
Yeah, there's no hearing. And
where were the arrests for this?
Any reasonable, rational person can compare the two and say, well, how come Hillary Clinton can come out in 2016 and say this election was stolen from us, Putin stole it, Russia, all this other stuff, and
lied before Congress.
And then you could actually have, you know, evidence. Well, I mean, evidence is really pouring out now. You have films like 2000 Mule that comes out and sheds a pretty big spotlight on what was actually going on.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have Donald Trump who was contesting it, saying it was stolen from us, which he's within his right to do.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're blaming it on, but the whole thing is down to Jack Del Rio not being able to stand his ground and say, hey, listen, this is my personal opinion. They fined him $100,000.
It's nuts.
The head coach, Ron Riviera, whatever his name is, came out and said he doesn't speak for the organization.
Yeah.
Like, well, do you really think he was speaking?
Did he say he did?
Do you think he was speaking on behalf of your football team?
This is classic McCarthyism. This is groupthink. Like, if you have an opinion that goes contrary to the social media tyranny by the majority, they want you fired, they want you canceled, but to be fair, on the same thing, it's what Colin Kaepernick went through when he went through the kneeling thing. But the same token, this guy is pointing out consistencies in their hypocrisy across the board. So it's kind of like, no, this guy has validity with it, because Colin Kaepernick didn't. He's sitting there saying like black people are oppressed, yada yada yada. But this guy's kind of like, where's the hearings for the burning of the buildings, like over billions of dollars done in damages? Because if you want to compare January 6th to this shit, it's like there is no comparison. You're right. The BLM burnings were worse.
No, and let me tell you, I'll be the first one to say that breaking into the Capitol, terrible idea, horrible idea. You know, but also there's video of FBI and police taking the barricades down, telling people to come in. I mean, that's actual video evidence, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's videos that have emerged now that are showing a dude in a MAGA hat on January 6th. I'm linking the website in the chat for you guys, by the way. Thank you very much for the support there. You can go to the website and you can sign up for it. We were going to have an SMS notification thing set up here in the future. We're working on that to where essentially, and I don't mean to interrupt you, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But essentially, it's going to be like us to have a direct line of communication to you, the viewers and the listeners. We will not spam you. It's simply going to be like, hey, if you want to get notifications of when the podcast is going live or a thing is posted or anything like that, we will have direct contact to you and your email. We do not sell these email lists, these SMS. And all this is kept just for us here. Mm-hmm. Nobody has access to it except us. So we will not sell your information. You have my word. I've never lied to you. This is essentially us saying, fuck social media, fuck the GOP establishment, because on Truth Social or Rumble, unless you're not in the fucking GOP crowd of Turning Point and the rest of them, you're not going to grow. We've been on there for a while. We're still on Rumble. Our shit doesn't get shit for traction. Mm-hmm. So it's like, fuck both sides of this. We're just going to do our own thing. I'm so tired of all this bullshit and the suppression, because again, if you are on the right and you speak out against the left, you're demonized. If you're in the center and you speak out against the right, you're demonized. Like the lost savages. Like, dude, we have no fucking home, and nobody's here to help us at all. And like, even my social medias won't grow because I'm not getting shout outs from the GOP types. Like, all these mainstream influencers won't come fucking near me because I don't sit there and suck Trump's dick. They don't like that, and they don't want to get anywhere near it. And it's one of these things of like, we have a very target-rich environment of like left v right, and we're here in the center. So I don't know.
I might cradle his balls a little bit for some of that cheap gas.
I am on Truth Social, by the way. John Burke over on Truth Social. People are starting to get on that platform more. Twitter, I don't know where Twitter's at right now. Elon is like, they caved. Twitter said we're going to give him the information he wants now because Elon was saying, no, 20 to 25% of your users are fake.
Yeah.
That definitely...
It's a lot.
That basically, they inflated the cost of this deal to where it's like, oh, by the way, 25% of this company doesn't exist. I'm not paying you $45 billion. You're going to drop that price point. So he just exposed Twitter.
Yeah.
But realistically, who fucking cares? People aren't going to give a shit. Yeah. They're still going to keep using it. So
yeah, I mean, but going back to Jack Del Rio and all this other stuff, so he's being fined $100,000.
$100,000 for having a fucking opinion? Are you kidding me?
The NAACP wants him fired.
Oh, of course they do. They're just so good,
for saying it was a dust-up.
Yeah.
And for bringing up the BLM and Antifa riots.
Oh, my God.
Now, this is an organization, the NFL, who's primarily, it's black people, right?
Yeah.
Supported by a lot of white fans who show up to the stadiums, watch on television, buy their merchandise and all this stuff. How are you going to sit there and try to tell us that this country is majority racist? Like, it's, of course, everybody thinks Black Lives Matter. I mean, every life matters, right? So, I mean, well, no, maybe not that far,
Except ISIS. Fuck those guys. No, I know what you mean. No, it's true.
So
it's true.
It's just
we have to continue this victim mentality because if without it, we have no originality. We have nothing that makes us special. And here's the deal: it's the same with Pride Month. It's the same with all these things. We have to have something that makes us each community feel special in its own right. Or here's the deal: nobody fucking cares. I don't give a shit. I don't care who you love. I don't care who you have sex with.
No.
All I want is the abolishment of these three-letter agencies, lower my taxes, and leave me the fuck alone. I don't care.
And when we get into these types of waters where if you have an opinion about something that differs from somebody else's opinion, then you're going to be fired.
That's groupthink.
You're going to be ostracized. Yeah. So if you don't see that as concerning, then you might be
liberals don't, because liberals by and large will agree with something like that as long as it suits their. But Republicans do the same thing when it comes to essentially the executive orders, the emergency care, or not that the emergency. So it's kind of like both sides are guilty on this one. It's like ultimately it's the people that are critical free thinkers are being penalized for saying I don't fit in your box. It blows my mind that these organizations can sit there and say he should be fined $100,000 for what? What did he do wrong?
Be fired?
Like, what did this guy do wrong?
Because they're asking him a question at a press conference, which really shouldn't have any.
Yeah. This is McCarthyism, bro. This is McCarthyism. Like,
it should just be. Hey, I cannot be. How's your football team looking? What are the players?
I need to know.
How you guys feel about the season coming up?
I need to know, what did he do wrong that got him fined $100,000? I need to know.
Then he deleted his Twitter account.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. I mean, fuck those guys.
I need to know, what did he do wrong?
Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna have to
say fuck the NFL.
Fuck the NFL, man.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. If they're not gonna stand up for this guy, you know, they're not gonna stand up for. They don't care.
Or
about
here's what a team should do. You should tell everybody, all players and coaches, including, like, if they ask you a politically based question, don't answer it.
Just pass on it.
Talk about football and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, when it comes to business. Now, Shell Shock, we've talked about this. On Shell Shock, the page, we don't talk business. There's no, or we don't talk politics. There are no politics, because I know we have liberal customers.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to alienate them. I'll take their money, absolutely. I was like, but on my page, you're 100% right. I'm going to talk politics. But when it comes to Shell Shock, we've only posted political things twice. Like, once was for, I think, or maybe it was once, the no mask.
Mask and then vaccine.
And the vaccines. And and why we weren't going to attend the Renaissance Festival here in Texas, because fuck those nerds.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. It's kind of like, I will delve into the political spectrum saying this is what we as a company stand for: freedom, liberty, and independence. But by and large, the NFL, dude, they got them. Look, that's a classic example right there. Look at the hot water they've gotten themselves into, because it started with Colin Kaepernick. All that before Colin, everything was hunky dory. Everybody was happy. They watched football. It brought people together. Now it divides us. It separates us now.
You know, and really, it's if he wants to take a knee. Fine.
Take a knee. Yeah.
I mean, that's perfectly fine. And then whatever the organization wants their players and employees to do, they're within their right to a certain extent.
Oh, absolutely. But it's at the same token,
certain procedures. But
the difference with Colin Kaepernick and this guy,
Jack Del
Rio, is that Colin Kaepernick basically took a knee, and it's like, okay, well, if the organization says, hey, you're going to have to stand for the national anthem, and you don't, well, you clearly knew that. But at the same token, I kind of get both sides of this. It's just like, you are free to exercise your First Amendment right, but Kaepernick, I don't think, was fined, was he?
No.
Like, nothing happened. I mean, people didn't like him, but I could be wrong on that one. I could be wrong.
Start to cater to your fan base, because if you're putting a product out there and you're throwing all this political crap at them, taking a knee, defund the police.
Oh, God, yeah. Dude, I'm seeing Democrats on Twitter blame that on Republicans. This is what you get. Republicans wanted to, defund the police. Like, wait, what? Like, you people are some of the dumbest people I have ever seen. Where did you see mainstream Republicans, by and large, calling for defunding the police? That was a Democratic... That was a Democrat ideology that was endorsed by so many, to include Stacey Abrams, Eric Swalwell, Pete Buttigieg, all these morons. They all endorsed it. I mean, New York, California, you talked about it. You were laying officers off. Your recruitment levels are insanely low, and the crime sprees in these cities are through the roof.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That was a Republican thing. Like, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like, we have bad faith people left and right. It's like, well, Republicans called for it. No, they didn't prove it. Well, they did. It's like, dude, you're lying, and you know you're lying. I can't have a conversation with you now. I don't want to talk to you. We need a national divorce. We do. This is only going to get worse.
I don't even think it's that many people. It's got to be a small percentage of people besides the media that follow this bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's just the media. Because you had, even before we started, I was playing the Jack Del Rio clip on YouTube, and it was him talking about his dust up. The NAACP wants him fired. You can't say this. The racial oppression. I'm like, how is it? I
saw this Marine Corps douchebag. It's on Instagram. One of the military meme community. And I fucking love the military meme community on Instagram. They are so savage. Like, these guys are like, God forbid you get in their targets, you get in their sights. But like, there was this douchebag Marine, and he's got like long white hair. He looks like a fucking liberal. He looks like he's part of the alphabet mafia. And he's like, I'm a U.S. Marine. I served 2 years as a firearm instructor, blah, blah, blah. And I think that, if I was in Congress, the first bill I'm going to push, it's like, let me stop you right there. We don't need any more bills. We don't need any more laws. I'm sick of your bullshit. But he sits there, he says, if you think about the AR-15, we had to go through training to get it. So I'm okay with imposing that on civilians. Like, your Second Amendment is, I'm okay with that, because we did it in the military. It's like, okay, do the First Amendment, dipshit. I was like, in the military, you don't have a First Amendment.
Yeah.
You can't say certain things. You cannot just tell your boss, go fuck himself, or you will face penalties, to include jail time. So it's like, all right, and this is why I don't like a lot of veterans, and I hate being lumped in with these types of morons, but it's just like, bro, shut the fuck up. You do not understand the very document that you swore an oath to. You're a traitor, and honestly, and there's another tweet that went out. Oh God,
Here's some crayons. Eat these crayons.
Shut the fuck up. Like, you give veterans a bad name, because I feel like a lot of times out there, veterans don't really, and I didn't either. I'm speaking on behalf of myself here as well. When I enlisted at 17, I did not understand the depth or the meaning behind the Constitution. I was just kind of like the Toby Keith area of like, I'm an American soldier. Let's go kick some Taliban ass. And then you get older, it's like, oh, wait a minute. And then you start paying taxes. Like, wait a minute. You're taking how much from me for what? What the fuck?
That's what I'm like.
But there was another dude that talked to, it was Sink Ugar, or the Young Turks dipshit. Shank, is that him? Or Sink? I don't know how you pronounce that guy's name. Oh God, let me see if I don't know if I can find this
Chuck.
or not.
Just call him Chuck.
Chuck.
We know what you're talking about.
Anyway, he talks about like those talking about fighting the government. You know that's going to entail you having to fight the military and cops. I thought you supported him. It's like, dude, yes, and I have no problem with that. If you choose to stand on the side of the government and you wear that uniform, you're a representation of that tyranny. I got no problem going to war with you. Just because you wear that uniform does not make you right. What you stand for makes it's not your appearance, it's what you stand for.
What's in here?
He's pointing at his balls.
So these 2 balls.
2 big floppy balls. I don't give a shit I don't give a fuck if you're law enforcement. Like, no. Like, no. And this is where people, it's kind of like you're trying to like use this thing of like, so you mean you'd stand against our military? Like Eric Swalwell was like, well, they have nukes. Bro, have you not seen Afghanistan? They gave us a run for our money for 20 fucking years of dudes in flip-flops and man jammies with PKMs.
Man jammies.
Like, you really think, and this is where people don't get it. If there was a revolution in America against the government and the 3-letter agencies, you think it's going to be one of these American revolutionary styles like, stand the line, load, fast flank, blah, blah, blah. No, it's going to be essentially guerrilla warfare. It will be assassinations. It will be freaking gunfights in the streets. It's not going to be like force on force. We'd be stupid to do that. And I honestly feel the government would lose. They would lose, because I'll tell you right now, the first thing that you're gonna have to go after if this happens is politicians' families. That's the first. It's not politicians. It's you go after the loved ones. You go after and then you're gonna have these 3-letter agencies. Same thing. So people think that you're gonna take on the government. You think you're gonna win. They have F-16s. Do you really think they're gonna nuke their own people? You really think they're going to drop bombs in America?
Yeah.
All that stuff becomes, there is no artillery. You can't sit there and do artillery. It's like, you know what? Chicago, I've had enough. Fucking nuke them. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
You're going to have to take out individual targets. So people don't want to sit there like the Sink and the rest of these morons. Like, if there was an American Revolution, it's not going to be like it was during the American Revolution days of like us versus the British.
Yeah.
It's going to be guerrilla warfare tactics. It's going to be small cells, small operational teams going out there and taking out targets of opportunity. It will be a slow process that, if you really think about it, you'll bring the government to their knees, because you turn the people against the government by and large. And it's like, okay, we've had enough. And then the government's got to be brought. Because here's the reason why. I know this is true. Look what the BLM did. Look what the BLM did. They did it by marching, and they were violent. They burned down cities. They fucking looted. They did all this shit. Did what?
The black
businesses. We're going to fight the power by destroying our own shit. And the government's like, okay. It's like, what?
It's mostly peaceful.
It's mostly peaceful. Yeah, sure. This shit's just bullshit, dude.
Thanks,
But that's how an American revolution would come into pass. So all these politicians and these fucking armchair quarterbacks, like, they would just drop nukes. They would just use artillery. On what? On what? You think we didn't even do that in Iraq or Afghanistan because the collateral damage would just create massive propaganda for the enemy. Imagine the government coming out there and like dropping a bomb on a city block where there's a few terrorists or whatever, and they're killing innocent civilians. The people would not stand for that. And the government's going to lose so much support. That's not going to happen. The worst thing for America, or the American politicians and government, is if there was a revolution and people start arming themselves and they start taking it upon themselves to right these wrongs. The government could not combat that. They would not. I mean, they would take a lot of people down. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, but by and large, if the people rose up, you're fucked. You're not going to stop that, because you cannot sit there and take a machine gun and just aim indiscriminately into a crowd. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. So the police, also there'd be a massive split in the police, because I think a lot of inner city cops in these police departments probably would stand on the side of the government. A lot of counties and sheriff's departments would not.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going to have a conflict there as well. You're going to have people you're going to have other counties that are more pro-America, pro-liberty, and there's going to be cities that probably are not. And so essentially, it would be I'm not going to lie, it would be one of the worst things to happen to America right now, and we do not need that because Russia's over in Ukraine. You've got China. We're getting to China, by the way. Well, fuck it. We'll just get into that. China. This is no small thing, ladies and gentlemen. Defense Minister China says will not hesitate to fight America if it defends Taiwan. Chinese Defense Minister General Wei Feng appeared to threaten a war with America during remarks on Sunday at the Shangri-La Dialogue, a global security conference in Singapore, asserting that the Communist Party would fight to the very end to annex Taiwan. Taiwan is a sovereign democratic island nation off the coast of China. While Taiwan has never in its history been governed by a state entity headquartered in Beijing and has no tangible government ties to communist China, the party has insisted for decades that Taiwan is a province of China and has forced countries that want diplomatic ties with China not to recognize Taiwan as a state, including the United States. America does not recognize Taiwan as a state, but sells its government weapons and has discouraged a Chinese military invasion of the country. Oh, this is all we need. This is all we need. Let's go to war with China under the Biden administration. Jesus.
You know, Putin did the same thing right before he invaded Ukraine. He sent out a message and said anybody that tries to stop him will face, a terrible fate.
And China's not Russia. China is not Russia.
No, but they're doing the same thing that Putin. I mean,
absolutely.
That's right out of a playbook. Like, hey, just don't get in our way, otherwise we're gonna fuck you up.
Also, we're in so much debt to China.
Yeah,
it's no joke.
You know what?
But I really don't think China's gonna do it because essentially, if they declare war on us, we're gonna be like, all right, we're not paying you back.
Why didn't they do it when Trump was in office?
Oh, you know why?
Because he told them that Putin he would level.
He bombed Moscow.
Yeah. Level the city.
Yep.
And
that's Trump.
Whether he meant it or he didn't mean it, they didn't invade.
No, they didn't.
And gas prices were so low.
$2 a gallon.
You could just drive anywhere.
I'm not trying to suck my own dick here, but all my buddies that busted my balls for me getting a Tesla before this happened because I saw it coming and I was just like, I'm getting a Tesla.
Where do you keep your tampons?
You got a little girly because how's that $100 a month there, bro? I'm not trying to look down on people, and I'm only saying that response to people that talk shit about me. It's like, where you keep your tampons? That thing. It's like, oh yeah, where's your wallet now, bitch? Where's your wallet now? I saw this shit coming. It's like, I got the money. I'm buying a fucking Tesla. Now, when I take the vet out, I'm taking the vet out less often now because it's just like, fuck me, dude. Like, fuck me. Like $100-something to fill up the vet. And the vet, it takes premium. And that thing's just like, as soon as you barely touch the accelerator, just... It's like, oh, I love driving this thing. It's like, but I don't love what I'm paying to fill this motherfucker up.
Take a nice spin around the block.
That cost me $50. No, because I'm like you and I, we do very well for ourselves. And now I was like, I gotta save. I'm saving because I don't know what's coming. Yeah. We don't know if we hit another Great Depression. We are fucked. Yeah. So it's like, I'm not spending frivolous amount. We never have.
No.
Like the only things I've spent money on is the vet, the motorcycle, and the Tesla. That's it. Like I haven't bought anything extravagant. I'm just saving my money because I want to invest in something when I find, or maybe we launch a new business. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things to where it's like, this is impacting everyday Americans. And I think by and large, dude, I don't know. I just don't know how much longer we can sustain this.
It's
like, and I'm not even talking about like, in the political space, I'm talking about everyday Americans. How can you sustain paying $100 a week, which equates roughly to like, we'll say, and I'm going to be very conservative, we'll say $350 a month on gas, maybe $400, depending if you're doing a tank a week. Bro, $400 a month, that's a lot of money. Yeah. Just on gas. And then also, we forgot, groceries have increased.
That's because, when the price of fuel goes up, okay, farmers have to use fuel.
Yep.
And then you have all these costs go up to take care of the farm and the crops and all this other stuff. And that gets passed on to us. I mean, it's well over 8.6%. Like I'm saying it's like 13 to 15%.
That's got it, dude. It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane. When you're seeing, like, I don't know, when you're seeing the cost of gas double and triple in certain, dude, they're predicting by, at the end of the summer, like in California, it could be peaking $10 a gallon. It's like, fuck.
Like California's always had high gas prices. Yeah. So, I mean.
But even still, that is nuts.
I don't know how people are going to live there unless they're just actively trying to get people to move out of the state.
But here's the thing, though. Employers are not paying more. No. They can't. They can't afford it. Even like us, our sales are dropping because people cannot afford it. So I can't pay my people more because of inflation. So what does that mean? I got to lay people. We're not. Like, don't anybody panic. We're not letting people. It's just you get where I'm going.
Yeah, Trevor says over here on YouTube, he's paying $800 a month in gas.
Shut the. What do you drive? You driving a diesel?
What are you driving, Trevor?
It's got to be a diesel. Yeah, and people are like on YouTube's like, time to go back to horse and buggy. Like, nobody's talking shit about the Amish now. The Amish are like, I told you so, Brother Jeremiah. Huzzah. I don't know why I said like a Renaissance term, but still. They're just kind of like click, 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 click. Like, oh, how are those gas prices there? We're going to go sharing better. And it doesn't cost us anything, bitches. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think it's insane right now. I think the common American are hemorrhaging money, and it's just sad. It is sad.
It's really spiraled out of control really quickly.
That 38% that think Biden is doing good, who the fuck are you? Like, who are you?
It's not even, it can't be 38%.
It can't be. And inflation cannot be 8%. It's got to be more. It's got to be higher.
I think when you add in everything, the sum total comes, it's got to be well over 10%.
Oh, I think higher. I really do, man.
Because just add all these little things
I got
together?
told that, hold on, let me get you this message from California that, it's from a personal friend of mine that lives out there. He said, this is where we're at. They're projecting our meat to go up to $10 to $15 a pound by the end of $10 to $15 a pound. And I don't know about you, but I ain't turning vegetarian anytime soon. Like, fuck me in the ass.
I know, man. I was going to ask you if you wanted to go out hunting.
Oh, I've already got a meat full. No, if you want meat, I got it. Like, yeah. It's just like, Jesus, like I can't fathom this, dude. It's just like, and the liberals will sit there like this douchebag I talked about earlier. It's like, what would you rather have, $2.50 or a democracy? What democracy are you talking about? Like, we're not a democracy.
The gas was like $1.80. Okay?
It was, yeah. It's like, what are these idiots? Like, you are so willing to defend your failed president just because you hate Trump and the right so much. Like, are you stupid? It's like you're sitting there. It's like, we just built this new Democrat ship and we're going to push out to sea. And as you're sinking and people are drowning, you're just kind of like, well, what would you rather have? A sinking ship or mean tweets? Like, just drown. Just drown. What are you talking about? And they could be sinking to the bottom of the ocean. Like, at least we don't have mean tweets. It's like, you idiots. You are cutting off your nose to spite your face and defending a failing president and administration. He fucked up the Afghanistan withdrawal. He's fucked up the economy. He's fucked up gas prices. And y'all are defending this moron left and right. It's like, do you realize how stupid you look? I mean, fuck me. I get the Trump loyalists are one thing, but you Democrats that are defending Biden to the very death, it's like, this is your Alamo. Like, this is your Alamo. Like, circle the wagons. Like, but the wagons are on fire. Circle them anyway. It doesn't make any sense. You people are dumb. You're so fucking dumb. Well, at least we don't have mean tweets. Like, how's that $6-7 a gallon treating you, dipshit? Well, I'd rather pay more. Yeah, well, you know what? And the thing that really aggravates me is when rich celebrities weigh in on that. It's like, I'd rather pay more. You don't speak for the average American, because the average American's like, dude, I got to put food on my table. And when it comes to like political ideology, I'm sorry, but real life costs of goods and affordability trumps that. Most Americans don't give a fuck about something until it finally hits their wallet. And then they start to wake up and realize, like, wait a minute, hold on. Biden was a bad decision. This was stupid. But it's like, okay, fair enough. But what did we learn from this so we don't make this mistake again? Start looking at individual policies these people are talking about. Start understanding the oil and gas industry. Understand the meanings behind this, because I feel like a lot of people don't. They just hear these talking points from left-leaning organizations like the Young Turks, CNN. It's like they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about, because right now we are living in proof. We are living proof of what's going on, and we are in a recession. I don't care what the economists say. We are in a recession.
Yeah. It's I don't need an expert to that.
And Biden gets up there and he's just like, we have record low unemployment. Are you kidding me?
The
what
same
the fuck?
experts said that we weren't going to be where we are right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
These are the same experts.
You see the articles that are being posted in the 2020s, like, Republicans are just inflating these costs. It's like, no, we're not.
Yeah. I mean, Trump himself said, he's like, you're going to see gasoline prices go up $5, $6, $7, $10 a gallon.
Called it, folks. Called it.
That was fake news?
Yeah, apparently.
All this,
it's
you
just
gotta stop
ridiculous.
listening to that bullshit. That's all
these
there is
guys
to
are
it.
liars.
Like, if you can't figure it out by now, then you're just not going to figure it out.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous. But again, this is the political bias. And, I'm not sitting there saying that it's just Democrats. Republicans do it too.
Oh, yeah.
But right now, the spotlight is definitely on Democrats saying, dude, you are defending a failing presidency. It is, dude, I honestly feel Biden will go down as one of the worst, if not the worst president. The worst.
He is the
Even
worst.
Jimmy Carter's just sitting there going, I know I fucked up Iran, but damn, dude.
It's like, jeez.
Holy shit.
It's like, that is terrible, Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by shellshockcbd.com. I've got this pulled up on here. I'm thinking about starting a Patreon for the podcast that people want to support the podcast, because there's a lot of people that can't support Shell Shock because they can't take CBD or things like that. So maybe we could do something like that for people to actually support it. And it would go into Shell Shock and help our employees and stuff like that. Because people that hit me up all the time saying, how can I support you? Maybe we set up a Patreon for like $1 or $2 or $5 a month just to support the podcast. It helps us out a lot. So anyway, people are like, what does CBD do? Let's start from the basics. CBD, number one, we have THC free. This stuff is not essential oils. It's not the same. Look, I used to condemn CBD. I thought it was bullshit until I actually tried it. CBD is a revolutionary life changer. This stuff will help you relax. I mean, if you're like me and you're stressed out all the fucking time, this stuff is incredible. Josh and I launched this back in 2019. We've done insanely well because the products work. Like, here's the thing. If it didn't work, then why are we doing so good? Why are we expanding? Why are we doing all these things? Because the products actually live up to the name. So again,
and our prices
there's the
are
website and price,
well under what the average is.
And I want to clarify, we're going to suck our own dicks here real quick. We haven't increased costs. We won't. We'll eat some of the margins to make sure that our products stay affordable for our consumers, because we're going to get through this. We will get through this. Josh and I will sing Imagine together, on social media and virtue signal about how we're going to get through this together. Imagine there's cheaper gas. We will. So we're not raising costs, because we had these discussions like, the only way for us to get through this is to raise costs. It's like, no, we'll eat some of the margins. It's fine. Our employees are still paid very well. We're taken care of. We'll take some hits here and there. But again, we truly love and appreciate our customer base and things like that. So you can check out shellshockcbd.com. There it is. If you have any questions, we have FAQs on the website coming back out. We have everything from sleep to sleep, CBD topicals. We have teas. We have pet products. We have a lot of great stuff out there. So again, linked to that. Also, we have the vapes. We have the chocolate Delta 8. We have the Delta 8 oil, and this stuff will knock you the fuck out.
The chocolate Delta 8.
I can't fuck with that.
My God, dude.
I'm high for at least 24 hours.
You have to be a real special person to be able to take a square.
There was that dude at FitCon. I don't know if he's telling the truth, because he was like, yeah, I came and took a free sample and I popped 2 of them. And I was like, so how do you feel? He's like, I don't really feel anything. It's like, wait, what? What did you take? And he was like, 2 of the Delta 9s. I'm like, and you took 50 milligrams and you felt nothing? It's like, well, I think I sweated out. I was like,
there's Delta 9?
Yeah. I was like, you took 50 milligrams.
10 milligrams.
Or, okay, 20 milligrams. Yeah. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. Like, that was rare. Like, that is rare I've ever heard a story like that, to where they've taken that and they feel nothing.
Yeah, I can take 2 of the Delta 9s now, and that's...
Really?
Yeah. I'll space it out, though.
Yeah. Because I take 1 Halo and I'm fucked. I'm done.
Yeah. I'll ease into the... I don't know. There's a little bit different of a feeling on the Delta 9 than Delta 8 for me.
Yeah, the Delta 8, I don't know. Like, the chocolate is...
But the chocolate, it's like...
And for those that don't know, yes, the chocolate's going to melt in transit. Just stick it in the fridge. You're going to be fine. The way the actual packaging is set up is so where it's going to melt a little bit. Stick it back in the fridge. Measure out 8 ounces. Take that. It's not going to redistribute the Delta 8. I know people are worried about that. Don't. Stick it in the freezer. You will be fine. I promise. We've dealt with this every summer. And, the complaints are justified. I get it. There's just no other way around that. Unless we start doing freeze-dried packaging, and then we got to upcharge you like another $20. Yeah. People aren't going to pay that. So,
yep.
Somebody said July 1st, it's illegal in Oregon. Stock up.
So it's illegal in Oregon, but you can buy heroin.
Yeah.
Crack.
Yeah.
Cocaine. They made all these other hardcore drugs legal, but Delta 8?
I'm just to the point of saying, let's just ship everywhere and say, fuck it. Just fuck these 3-letter agencies. It makes no sense to me at all. I don't get it.
Oh, wait a second. It's not regulated.
Hold on. You can buy cigarettes and fuck up your lungs and get cancer, but Delta 8 that doesn't have anything like that? Oh, no, that's just too much. No. That's too much.
I get all my pharmaceutical needs from Scarface up the street.
But go make sure you get your vaccinations, stuff like that. Hey, speaking of vaccinations, here's some great news. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau tests positive for COVID a second time after meeting with Joe Biden. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, a.k.a. Cuck of the North, has tested positive for COVID-19 for the second time in just days after he met in person the U.S. President Joe Biden. The announcement came in a tweet Monday, which he urged everyone to get vaccinated. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Hey guys, I've on my 10th booster shot, but get vaccinated so you prevent getting COVID. Like, what the fuck?
Did you see
Dude.
Justin Bieber?
Yeah. Not that I give a fuck about that, but in a sense of, or celebrities in general, but it's like, yeah, now he's got like half that face paralysis, and they're kind of like, okay, what brought this on? Yeah. And you know damn good and well if it was
about that.
Yeah, we can't say if, and I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's a side effect, but if it is, you know they're gonna squish that in a fucking heartbeat. Like, Justin, you can't say about that. You're gonna cause mass panic.
What's that guy's social media reach? Like.
Oh, they would. Oh my God.
Let's see.
They would shut him down on social media if he came out there being an anti-vax, or they call him an anti-vaxxer. I don't know. That would just be. I don't know. The announcement came in a tweet Monday in which he urged everyone to get vaccinated. Trudeau said he feels okay and said that that's because he's been vaccinated. Oh, I'm sure. Or maybe it's because you have antibodies already built up from the first time you fucking got it, you moron. The positive test comes after he met with U.S. President Joe Biden and other leaders at the summit. Here's a crazy thing. I got COVID twice. The second time wasn't nearly as bad as the first time.
Oh, no.
Because they said you built up. This is the other thing. A lot of scientists are coming out and saying this is herd immunity. This is what happens. It has nothing to do with the vaccine. Now, again, I'm not anti-vax. I am not. I am pro-choice, pro-liberty, not pro-choice in the abortion area, but pro-choice as far as vaccinations goes.
Yeah.
But that's where Democrats try and come after you and they say, oh, so you're an anti-vaxxer. No. Smallpox, I get it.
Yeah, I'm anti-vax for myself.
Yeah, but not on the people.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wouldn't want anybody else to take it either just because
100%.
There's not enough research done on it. And
100%.
then you just don't know what's going to happen.
How many medication recalls has the FDA issued?
But I'm not going to say, hey, don't take it. Like, if you're going to take it, you're going to take it.
Yeah,
that's
do
fine.
your thing. I don't give a fuck.
But I mean, my personal opinion on it, I don't.
I got that pure seed, baby. I'm telling you, here in about 10, 20 years, my kind of people are going to be selling little jars of sperm for like $1,000 a pop because it's like, oh, they're pure blood. Like, yeah.
That's right.
Yes, I am. I got none of that shit in my system. That's right. Yeah, God. People could be born with like 2 tails and shit. Well, at least I didn't get COVID.
See, I think that's where Trump really screwed up too. Yeah. Is he should have fired Fauci?
Yeah,
almost immediately because that guy's such a
dude.
Why not? You can do whatever you want.
No, hold on. Wait a second. Fauci was demonized towards the middle to the end of this whole thing. At the beginning, the world loved Fauci until all that shit started coming to surface. Trump would have shot himself. I'm talking about from a perspective point of view. If Trump would have, because we're looking at this hindsight. Look at it back during those times. We trusted Fauci.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I was. I
believed in it at first.
One of the only people that were like, masks are stupid, and all this stuff like staying home and all this 2 weeks to flatten the curve was bullshit.
Yeah.
So
I believed it at first because I had no idea, and then you start doing the study and you start doing your digging, and all this shit starts surfacing. And that was the biggest thing that social media got wrong was like when you start silencing people and censoring them, now there's cause to start, wait a minute.
Yeah.
The science should speak for itself. And if it doesn't and you're censoring people, now I really don't trust you. So, but the only reason I say Trump couldn't have fired him, he would have had just a massive, like right before elections too.
All he had was massive pushback. He's going to have more massive pushback?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. I think so for sure. Because you got to remember, there were still a lot of Republicans on that side. There was.
I feel like he could have just been like, we're going to do therapeutic tents. We're going to do this. We're going to deploy the military. If you could deploy the military to give vaccines, then you can deploy the military to set up therapeutics.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another thing that we talk about the swamp. Yeah. I think Trump knew. Yeah. I think they knew. Trump Operation Warp Speed. That was Trump. Yeah. So people are going after Biden. It's like it was both of them. But the therapeutics were proven to work, and they tried squishing that.
Yeah.
But no, wait, hold on. I stand correct because Trump did talk about alternative methods. Yeah. And that's when they misquoted him about putting bleach in the systems. Like he never said that, not in that context.
Because Tucker Carlson came out with that doctor from France and said hydroxychloroquine, we used it on 100 patients and all of them recovered. That should have been it. He should have said, okay, let's bring this guy in. Let me get all these people
now we're denying science.
That are pro therapeutics and get them out in the forefront.
Oh, absolutely. But again, Pfizer and Johnson, they're going to make money.
No.
They're not going to make money. The big corporations got to make that money.
I mean, for medications that are, pennies, I think that's where I really disagreed with a lot of his stuff. And that and the the checks that there was, the PPP loans.
Yeah.
I mean,
My God. The massive levels of fraud on that one are being investigated. Yeah. Oh my God. There was so much money scammed from the government, AKA taxpayers. Oh my God.
I mean, how many were illegal aliens?
I don't know.
People that came across the border and just, because we talked to our one accountant, and she was like, yeah, you'd be surprised how many people just had used fake social security numbers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, our accountant talked about as far as like people coming out there and setting up fake businesses to get that money, and then they just disappear. They get that money and they're gone.
They're gone.
It's nuts. It's fucking nuts. But this is what happens when the government runs anything. They run into the fucking ground.
It's riddled with crime and it's just.
And we wouldn't have had to get those PPP loans if you never would have shut down the fucking economy.
Exactly.
Never would have happened.
Just said, hey, look, we'll get through it.
Hey, man, we got rising jobs. No, we don't. No, we don't.
The only thing they needed a reason to have mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go full conspiracy.
Oh, no, I agree with you. No, I agree with you. Now they're trying to do it again.
They needed a reason to have mail-in ballots, making people wear... As soon as you started like making people wear clothing, articles of clothing, I'm like, that's what? Where are we? Why is everybody on board with this shit?
Because people
hard pass. You know, I don't know, man. I mean, unfortunately, it was extremely harsh on the elderly.
Oh, absolutely.
And nobody can deny that.
Even Gates, even though he's not an expert in the field, even Gates came out and admitted that. He was like, well, clearly this only affected like the really young and the really elderly. It's like, then you no shit.
Governor Cuomo, who stuck them all
in a nursing home.
In a nursing home, all these it's just
no charges of murder on him. No, absolutely not.
No.
Isn't it funny how those types just kind of faded away?
Yeah, you don't even talk about it anymore. Just news cycle.
Where's Fauci now?
Jack Del Rio's in the news because he called the January 6th a dust up. Well, we can't have that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, Kitzinger's not running for re-election. I think Cheney is. Kitzinger's a piece of shit.
Like, that guy's a piece of shit. To run against that fucking bitch.
She's a cunt. She is a cunt.
People like that. I'm so tired of these people
rhinos,
who are dictating the way we live our lives.
Yep. Well, you brought this to my attention. Ohio Governor DeWine says he'll sign a bill arming teachers after 24 hours of training. Now, I do like that. Now, people are going to say, well, it's the Second Amendment. Teachers have the right to own a firearm on their own. That's a Second Amendment. But now to carry on a campus, that's different. But Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is poised to sign a bill on Monday allowing teachers to carry guns in class after 24 hours of training over opposition from teachers and a police group. Backers say the police will make schools safer, but critics say that's not the case. Okay, I'm sorry. Police will make schools safer? I mean, they will by and large, I think, but at the same token, I want a teacher armed.
Sure.
I want a teacher armed. Uvalde would not have happened if those teachers were armed. They wouldn't. As soon as that dude comes in that classroom, they're ready to go.
Yeah, because they had a poll that they ran, and they were like 77% of teachers don't want to carry a weapon.
Those 77% that don't carry.
The headline should be 23% of teachers are willing to carry.
But the next time there's an active shooter, you're on your own.
It's a big number.
Yeah, Republicans are trying to do something.
You get 3 people, 4 or 5 people, teachers in a classroom who are trained with a weapon, and
absolutely. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's the fact that a school shooter is going to know, like, fuck, there's guns in there. I'm not going in there. That's a great deterrent, because hence why are cops there as a deterrent? But to talk about the gun legislation, bipartisan gun deal, and this is a big deal right now. Man, McConaughey's coming out there and he's just talking about, shut the fuck up, you idiot. What a fucking douche. What a douche.
That chimp out there on stage.
Oh, absolutely. You got to love getting these paid actors out there.
Southern charm and... We gotta do something, man.
We gotta do something, man. This ain't all right. How about you shut the fuck up, dude? Bipartisan gun deal announced no assault weapons ban, no raised minimum rifle age. A bipartisan group of senators announced a deal on gun control legislation Sunday in the wake of recent mass shootings. Though the compromise excludes President Joe Biden's assault weapons ban and a raised minimum wage for rifle purchases. The deal includes Republican priorities such as expanded mental health services and school safety. You're right. Let's bring back insane institutions. Let's bring it back. I'm okay with that. Absolutely. And I can't say what I want to say. I'll get banned on Twitch. The deal includes Republican priorities such as expanded mental health, and school safety. It nods to Democratic priorities by adding expanded background checks for those under the age of 21 who will now have juvenile records screened before gun purchases. Okay. Okay. Dude, this is such a slippery slope. That is such a slippery slope. Because it's like, okay, but wait, if you're charged as a juvenile, should that affect you when you hit 18? Like, we got to be careful with this. Like, this is, oh, man.
I think it would depend on the severity of the crime.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're committing a murder and you're a juvenile, absolutely. Then you don't.
Armed robbery.
Armed robbery, 100%. I get that. I get that. But I also believe that if you pay your debt to society in the prison system, the penal system, then you should have your rights restored. I do. Unless, case-by-case basis, you committed an armed robbery. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's got to be.
That's a case-by-case basis.
I think, I'm all for having some levels of.
Yeah. Depending on the crime and the severity of the crime dictates whether or not you get your Second Amendment restored. If you murdered somebody and you do your time, no. You lose that permanently. I
don't know that you're ever getting out if you murder somebody.
Oh, you kidding me?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. It's nuts, dude. It's nuts. I know. I saw one dude get 25 for, I forget what it was. But even still.
25 years for killing somebody?
I forget what the case was. I just saw it the other day and I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. But I didn't actually investigate even further because there was probably some details in there that probably played a role in that. But I don't know. Like, that's a very good question. Like, if somebody commits armed robbery, oh man, I don't know. I at the same token, I do feel like if you do pay your debts back to society, you should have those rights restored. I don't know.
That's a pretty big mistake.
That's a case by case basis though, because if that was the case, I don't know. No, I feel because look at Amory King. Robbed somebody who was 16 with an empty gun. Mm-hmm. As an adult, he can't own a firearm. Amory's not a threat. Amory should have his rights restored. So it's like that should be a case-by-case basis.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
like,
after a certain amount of time passes by. So he was 16.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in his late 30s or early
40s, I think, yeah. He should.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, after a certain amount of time, I could probably.
Yeah, I think that's true. If you pay back your debt to society.
And you don't have any other
you don't
issues.
Yeah, I can see that. But the other thing, though, is kind of like if you're a repeat offender, then no.
Yeah.
It's like you're done. Like you had your chance, that's it. Because there's so many people out there that are convicted on these things, and they're like, that's why that DA in California got recalled and then booted out because he was so light on crime, letting people go like for 3 or 4 months in prison or probation. It's like, dude, these people aren't paying their debt to society. They wronged people in society. They're not paying their debt. It's like, what the fuck? So, bipartisan group of senators announced an agreement. Today, we're announcing a common sense bipartisan proposal to protect America's children, keep our schools safe, and reduce the threat of violence across our country. Families are scared, and I don't give a fuck about this shit. Okay. Anyway, intervention orders provides resources to state and tribes to create and administer laws that help ensure deadly weapons are kept out of the hands of individuals whom a court has determined to be a significant danger to themselves. Okay, these are red flag laws. Now they're calling them intervention orders. These are red flag laws. Red flag laws do not work. This will not work because all this takes is a crazy ex to call the cops and say, oh, he's a danger to himself. Boom, you get a red flag. And even Trump fucked up. Take the guns first, due process second. This is goes against the Constitution. This is not right.
Let's say they do implement a red flag law, but there has to be some sort of penalty for someone if they do it out of spite.
It's not going to happen.
You know what I'm saying? So like if I say, hey, John has a gun and he's out of control, and I start to make up all these stories about you, and they turn out to be false.
False, yeah.
Then I should be
held accountable. You lose your guns. Yeah, I think that's fair. Well, no, because what if they don't own guns?
You get to punch them in the face.
Investment in children and family mental health services. National expansion of community behavioral health center model, major investments to increase access to mental health and suicide prevention programs, and other support services available to the community, including crisis and trauma intervention and recovery. Yes, I agree with this. Defund the abortion clinics and let's invest more in mental health. I can agree with that. I'm saying that's not what they're proposing. That's what I'm proposing. Yeah. Protections for victims of domestic violence. Convicted domestic violence abusers and individuals subjects to domestic violence restraining orders are included in NEISCS, including those who have had continuing relationship or romantic or intimate nature. Okay, it sounds good in theory, but now in places like New York or California, it's almost impossible to get a gun unless you're a DV survivor. They're going to start faking this shit so they can get a gun. Now, I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying this is something that could be abused. Like when people come up, Milton Friedman said it best. You don't look at what a policy promises. You look at the outcome of said policy. The outcome of this will be abused. So the policy itself should be redefined to prevent such abuses from occurring. But that's never the case with the government. It never works that way. Funding for school-based mental health and supportive services. Invest in programs to expand mental health and supportive services, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We're saying we're here to help with mental health. What's the target? Like, what's causing this? And I will tell you right now, can anybody guess? Like, wherever you're listening at right now, ladies and gentlemen, just take 30 seconds real quick. We keep saying we're going to help with mental health. What's the causation of a lot of this mental health in our country? Because we did not have this problem 20 years ago. What has become prominent in our lives in the last 20 years? We are not going to the root cause of these issues. All we're sitting here saying is like, we're going to provide a Band-Aid, but you're not figuring out what's causing the cut. And I will tell you. Do we have any guesses?
High fructose corn syrup.
It's those damn menthol cigarettes. We banned them. There it is. People are calling it in the chat already. Social media. Social media. 100% social media and shitty parenting.
Yeah. That's a big part of it, I think, too, is the parenting.
I'm telling you. But, bro, we're not going to call that out. We're just going to say we're going to provide mental services. And I'm not calling to ban a lot of this shit. I'm just saying that we refuse to go down that rabbit hole and say, wait a minute. I see that we're bleeding. Instead of just putting a Band-Aid on it, what's causing the cut? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's an interesting point there, but we don't want to talk about that. Soy milk. Soy milk on YouTube. I mean, I don't fucking know. I don't doubt it. I don't know. Dude, we got 200 viewers on Twitch. That's badass. It's the gay frogs.
The gay frogs.
Yeah, turn the frogs gay. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Funding for school safety resources invests in programs to help institute safety measures in and around primary, secondary schools, support school violence prevention efforts, and provide training to school personnel and students. Okay, what does this mean? Give me details. Yeah. Are we putting cops in there? Are we arming teachers? Otherwise, this doesn't mean shit. This means dick all. Clarification of definition of federally licensed firearms dealers. Cracks down on criminals who illegally evade licensing requirements. I mean, I wouldn't call them criminals. I'd call them patriots.
Yeah.
Fuck the Fed. Telehealth investments, investment programs, blah, blah, blah. Under 21 enhanced review process. For buyers under 21 years of age, requires an investigative period to review juvenile and mental health records, including checks with state databases and local law enforcement. Again, this is dangerous. This is so fucking dangerous. Mm-hmm. What if you got a liberal doctor out there that's anti-2A and they start freaking diagnosing all these people? This is a bad deal. This is a very bad deal. Penalties for straw purchasing. Cracks down on criminals who illegally straw purchase and traffic guns. I call them patriots. Dude, we could have made so much money running guns to Australia and Canada. We still can. We still can. It's unclear whether the proposal can pass the 60-vote threshold required to defeat a legislative filibuster in the Senate. Now, it passed in the House. That's a big deal. It passed in the House, but the House has the majority with Kamala being the deciding vote, and they had like 8 or 9 Republicans in favor of this. We lost. Now it goes to the Senate. We'll see. But of course, there's the filibuster option, and Democrats don't like that. So the next thing they're going to call for again is to end the filibuster. And I'm calling it right now. I am calling it right now. Burke prophecy. Here we go. There will be a red tidal wave. The left will lose the House and Senate, or at least one of them. And then when the left starts taking massive losses, they're going to regret ever going after the filibuster. Now they're like, oh, we need to bring it back because the filibuster is what's going to save us because,
And then they'll say the Republicans wanted to get rid
of the filibuster. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So remember it. We're calling this now for the time capsule. Burke prophecy. We got to get a sound effect for that. Like a Halo thing. Burke prophecy right here. When this red tsunami hits, Democrats are going to be regretting trying to abolish the filibuster. Well, I mean, they're not going to regret it. They're going to say they never did, kind of like the whole defunding the police. But I'm telling you, that filibuster, it serves a purpose. It serves a purpose. And Democrats are like, well, if it's working against us, we need to get rid of it. And it's like, oh, you guys don't get it. You just don't get it, how government works. But whatevs. So, and last but most certainly not least, gas prices reach record high for 16th consecutive day. Record high gas prices. Gas prices continued to climb on Monday, reaching a record high for the 16th consecutive day, AAA data shows. Gas prices have risen about 15 cents last week and more than 55 cents in 1 month. Monday's record-breaking price reached $5.14. Prices have been soaring since former President Donald Trump left office, more than doubling. By the way, just to clarify, this is coming from Breitbart. Now, Breitbart is right-leaning. Keep that in mind. Trump warned as gas prices would spike under President Joe Biden's war on American energy. If Biden got in, you'd be paying $7, $8, $9. Then they'd say, get rid of your car. He said in 2020. Trump got it right. Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying. Let them have Teslas. And this is the thing about that, because even Elon Musk came out and said, if the entire country ran on Teslas, this is not sustainable. The power grid would not hold it. It cannot support it. It can't. So all these people like, we need to transition to friggin', no more fossil fuels.
I know.
Bro. Like, and here's the crazy part. It's like, okay, so you want to have like these solar energies and stuff like that. It's like, what runs a lot of this stuff? Fossil fuels. I mean, it's still there too. It's not as much. Like coal? Mm-hmm. Not all of it. You get where I'm going on that one though. But still, it's funny because it's like, an electrical grid, it can't handle it. Fuck, Texas, we can't even handle a snowstorm.
I know.
That's just how it goes. But yeah, this is great. Biden's war on American energy includes driving up private and public financing costs on oil drilling, halting drilling on public lands, and canceling the Keystone Pipeline. Biden has blamed the price hike on the Ukrainian. Prices. Oh, this is how stupid they think you are, ladies and gentlemen. This is how stupid they legitimately think you are. Prices were already going up prior to the Russian invasion. It was already going up. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, no, it's because the Russian. No, we were already paying stupid prices. Biden has blamed the price hike on the Ukrainian war, but gas prices had already reached historic levels before Russia invaded Ukraine. 53% of voters believe Biden is allowing gas prices to soar to force Americans to use less fossil fuel. According to the Energy Information Administration, EIA, Americans will pay $450 more for gas in 2022 than they did last year on an inflation-adjusted basis. Good grief, man. Good fuck me running grief. Dude, that's just insane.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money to the common American family.
It's a lot of quiche.
It's a lot of quiche.
A lot of quiche.
Good grief. Well, hey, that ends it for today's episode of the All American Savage Show podcast. We appreciate you being here. And don't forget to sign up at the All American Savage Show. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this. Hold on. I got to pull this up real quick. Don't start the music just yet. We got something coming for you guys. I'm really proud of this. Here we go. I'm going to show you guys. If you're not watching on Twitch, YouTube, here it is. Boom. The latest expansion in Shell Shock CBD. We have the elderberry plus vitamin C gummies. We have the apple cider vinegar gummies, and these actually taste really good. It's not like the apple cider that you like most people shoot. It's disgusting. These gummies are really good. And then we have the ashwagandha gummies. We have immune system support. We have digestive support. These things have been proven to work. They are amazing. And each bottle is going to run you like, I think the apple cider is $19.99, elderberry is $19. I think the ashwagandha, ashwagandha and apple cider are $19.99, and then the elderberries could be $15 or $14.99.
I think so, yeah.
These are amazing things. They're great. They taste amazing. We've been working on this for months. This should be launching. I don't know if we're going to do a 4th of July launch on this. I forget where we're at on this. But this is coming soon. These are great for you. These are non-CBD. These are natural vitamins. Natural vitamins. So if you're anything like me, I love these. I've been taking these for a while. Josh and I have been testing them. Everybody here in the office has been testing them. We love the product. We love the taste. This stuff is amazing. So again, if you're into vitamins and health and stuff like that, and you're not getting it in your regular diets, we have gummies. So we appreciate this. These are not live yet. But if you want to be notified when they do go live, go to shellshockcbd.com and sign up for the email list. Because as soon as these motherfuckers go live on the website, we're going to send out a blast, a massive email, a massive text message list and say, hey, they are live. Get them now. Affordable. 60 count. I think one serving is considered 2 gummies. Yeah. So this is going to last you a month. A month worth of vitamins for $20. It's a great deal.
Very good stuff.
Very good. And it tastes really good. I do not like apple cider vinegar whatsoever. I fucking hate it. My mom drank that shit. Oh my God. Dude.
Yeah, they're good.
The gummies are, but apple cider vinegar in and of itself, I don't understand how people can shoot that shit. And it's also very acidic and bad for your esophagus. People don't realize that. It's insanely acidic, but these gummies are not. So we really appreciate that. These are great for digestive health, anti-aging, and we're going to have all this information on the website. So we're expanding Shell Shock. We're pushing into the holistic medicine, the natural ingredients. We're talking about turmeric. We're talking about we're talking about collagen, great products out there at affordable prices. And it's like, well, John, what makes yours any different than others? Realistically, price point.
Yeah.
Price point. They're quality gummies. There's natural ingredients in there. Price point. And you're supporting a non-woke company. I mean, I'm not even going to pull the plug on. I'm not going to lie on that one. Yeah. It's true. It's true. So again, we appreciate that love and support, guys. And by the way, you can find the podcast on the Podbean app. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on, we're on a lot of different platforms now. So really appreciate that. All your love and support. You guys have been fucking incredible. Go sign up at shellshockcbd.com to be notified when these bad boys go live. So that's what we're going to tell. Oh, no, make sure to join the Facebook group too. We have the Shell Shock CBD Facebook group. So great thing out there. So anywho, you got anything to add, my man?
Love you guys so much.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Man, right in the cornhole.
Right in the cornhole. All right, people. We love you. We appreciate you. You guys are incredible. We'll see you right back here tomorrow on the All American Savage Show podcast with myself and Josh, your host. And as always, you stay savage, America.